I salute you all. Thanks for being on. Today's lecture probably we are under the law of torts, and what we are going to look at probably are the defenses and remedies, specifically under the trespass to what? Trespass to persons. We are looking the remedies under them and the possible defenses. Probably today we'll start with the defenses under the trespass to what? To persons. The possible defense that will start is the defense of self-defense. In the layman's understanding, and I'll contrast them to the where we see that there's assault, there's battery, anything, so long as it is a trespass to a person. Realize that a person can raise self-defense as a defense when you are in presumption that you are defending your what? Your own self. So bear that in mind. It is so crucial. The self-defense, the first one. You are defending. I know we have all got knowledge of what we have seen in criminal law, where we have the defense of what? Self-defense. And basically here, the only thing that you have to prove to court under torts is that you used reasonable force. The force that you used in defending yourself was reasonable and was appropriate. And we have the defense of property. This one also goes to the defense to trespass to land. And we shall look at it. It is a defense under trespass of land, basically. We are all well versed with these two. Then we shall go to consent. Consent basically here deals under battery, assault, among others, false imprisonment, among others, consent. Once you consent to an act, which means a person is not liable. I'll give an example whereby in a football game, whereby we all consent to play the match. So if somebody tackles you and you break your leg, that person cannot be liable because you consented to play the football. We have seen the likes of Golola among others. They go in the ring to fight each other. If the other one makes the other one to maybe to have scars among, like something like that, we look at the defense of consent. The other person consented. So consent is key as a defense. As a defense under the trespass to what? To persons. We have the case of Cordon versus Bansi. That case is good under consent. And we have also medical treatment. Under medical treatment, this here it is key. It falls under the defense of necessity. However much for it may be a kind of different. You get it? But medical treatment deals in a way that sometimes you come, patients are brought in the hospital in a way that is for emergency. Can you realize that if at all they wait for your consent, realize that sometimes you end up losing your what? Your life. But here it deals whereby it is reasonable and it is necessary for a doctor to make an operation, to make anything. That is to deal with what? A medical treatment, under necessity. When you look at the case of Boland versus Frame Hospital, this is a good case whereby here it proved that for a medical doctor, they said that for a medical doctor to make an operation, he had to get what? The consent. The consent of the what? Of the other party or of the patient. They say if it's a child, the person taking care of the child is the one to give consent. But however here they say that sometimes the medics, the medics need not to give the appropriate information about what they are going to do. Some information must be detained by themselves. You get it? When you read the Boland test or the Canterbury theory, it will elaborate that more, as we shall see. Then you have the defense of accident. This is the defense that we always even study under criminal law. Even under the law of torts, under trespass to person, it can be as a defense, the defense of accident. You do something accidentally. You get it? Remember, accident may also act in battery. Since battery it is the one that involves the physical contact. So this defense is necessary and it can act. It can work, the defense of what? Accident. We have what they call judicial authority. Judicial authority, this deals, we have seen summons, warrant of arrest, search warrant. Realize that these warrants are issued by court. So if someone comes and detains you, says that I have an warrant of arrest, you get it? But it's from court, which means your detainment, it is under the judicial authority. You can't claim false what? Imprisonment. You get it? Basically, we are discussing these defenses, but Once you are listening to me, relate them to the tortious liability that you have looked at under trespass to persons. Relate to them. That's why judicial authority have brought to the example of an arrest related to false imprisonment as a tort. You get? So that is judicial authority. Then we have lawful arrest. What do we mean by lawful arrest? When you see the case of Murray versus Minister of Defense, this case of Murray versus the Minister of Defense, realize that this case realizes for lawful arrest to conduct someone, there must be probable grounds. However much, when you look at false imprisonment, deals with Article 23, the right to personal liberty. Realize that sometimes the liberty can be deprived, can be taken away. Lawful arrest deals in whereby the police have come to arrest you on a certain issue. You understand? Or maybe a warrant by court or anything. So they are acting in the lawful manner. That is to deal with the lawful what? Arrest. The arrest is lawful. They detain you, they summon you to court, and they sentence you. You get? So even lawful arrest, they say that in the layman is understanding, or in our Uganda, you can detain, however much you're not a police officer, you can detain a person once there is suspense that is a criminal, or he has done any act red-eye and you have caught him red-handed. You can detain him for reasonable hours until the police comes and takes him to a safe custody. So that deals in what? Lawful arrest. Then we have statutory authority. Statutory authority, basically, when you read Article 23, calls for the right of personal liberty. But still, there are statutory authorities that do what? That deprive that right away. You get? For example, when you deal, we have seen the penal code is there, it provides for imprisonment. You get? That if you also pass through, or you peruse through the Criminal Procedure Act, it also provides a procedure on how someone can be deprived his right of what? Personal liberty. So note that in mind under statutory authority. Someone does an act under statutory what? Authority. So bear that in mind. There's also what they call parental authority. Parental authority, this deals in basically, or deals in a manner whereby a parent, do you know actually, when we look at the Children's Act, the onus is on the parents to groom their children. You get? So realize under parental authority, the onus is on the parents. You get? The onus is on the parents to ensure that they nurture their children in a way that they presume it is fit for the society. For example, caning. Most of us have been caned in our childhood. So if your mother canes you for doing a certain act, you can't go to police saying that that is battery. It falls under parental what? Authority. But the caning must be reasonable. We have seen matters of child abuse. So the caning or the nurturing of the child must be for a reasonable person. That is to do with parental authority. Then we have necessity. We have seen necessity was under medical treatment, but here we are bringing it as its own. Something that is something that is necessary to be done. You get? For example, we have the case of Lane versus Gladstone. Lane versus Gladstone. Realize that, in this case, realize that here for necessity to be there, or for necessity to be carried out, it must ensure that it is done without malice or anything. You must do it in accordance to the principles of what? Humanity. Let me give an example where necessity can fall. For example, under false imprisonment. Realize when you read false imprisonment under tort, they say even 1 minute can amount to false what? Imprisonment. So necessity, if I see you are a threat to the community, or you are going to do something, I can detain you for like 2 minutes. You get? So it was necessary for me to detain you because you are going to do what? A certain act. You get? So even also battery. Battery, even if it is a physical what? Physical contact to body. You get? Even if it is a physical contact to the body, it amounts to battery. So you may want to fight someone. So in the ruckus, or you are committing affray, people come to do what? To rescue, for their rescue. So they can grab your arms or grab you in that manner. You can't sue them for what? For battery. So bear that in mind. Master these defenses, relate them to the tortious liability. under trespass to person. However much we see that each trespass has its own defenses. But for the meanwhile, these are some of the defenses to trespass to person. So we shall go to the remedies. They say that where there is a wrong, there is also a remedy. That's what equity says. You get? Where there is a wrong, there is a remedy. So basically, these are some of the remedies that a person or the plaintiff can ask court. You know, tort is not all about punishment as criminal law. You have seen tort is a civil wrong. What you want, they are damages. There's no punishment of imprisonment. That comes after. But remember, you can sue under civil and a criminal, the same person. So one of the remedies, you have damages. This is the crucial remedy that must come to your mind. Because realize that each case under tort, the plaintiff is asking for what? Damages. That's damages, the first one. The second one, you have declaration. Declaration, mostly it is done by courts. Courts are the one to declare that this person's right to liberty was what? Infringed. You get? So bear that in mind. Declaration, you will even find it under administrative law remedies. Under declaration, it is a remedy that is made by court to announce publicly that someone's rights have been what? Infringed. So that is declaration. Then we have the right of personal liberty. That is a right as well as a remedy. You get? So if you are there is false imprisonment, court can say that we are giving you your personal what? Liberty. You get? Basically that deals. Then you have injunction. Injunction is like a restraint. You get? On someone. Injunction. For example, they may say that, you know what? Never come closer to this person. They may say that, and injunction, we understand in the layman is they're like restraining someone to do something. Okay, that is also remedy under trespass to persons. Then you have what they call habeas corpus. When related to the Constitution, Article 44D of the Constitution provides for this remedy of habeas corpus, whereby they say that in the Constitution, this means that you must be brought to court either dead or what? Or alive. This is habeas corpus, it is issued by a court. So this remedy, it is issued by a court in a way that someone can be falsely detained, that is false imprisonment, and is not brought to court for a fair what? Hearing. So person or the plaintiff can claim for habeas corpus. There is also what they call apology. You get? Apology, we have seen it in the case of Delhi, Guia versus IGP, SPRA. Then when you apologize, so it is also under defamation. But this is not, some people say that it is not a complete defense or a complete remedy. You get? Apology just mitigates the damages, bear that in mind. Even you shall find it under defamation. For apology just mitigates the what? The damages, but it is not a complete remedy. They say that if the person apologizes, let's just reduce the what? The damages. So apology is issued by the defendant to the plaintiff, apologizing on the act that is being what? That is being done. So basically that is the sum up of our discussion about the defenses and remedies in the trespass to person. And I just thank you for listening. Anything that is not clear, put it in the comment section. Thank you for listening.